It's happened. I can't believe it. I have been debunked. It's true. My God. Shit. These are my tears, if you can't tell. Oh, I'm just devastated by this. I can't believe that this has happened. It's all over. I've been debunked and Hyperianism is exposed. So there's this website called Rational Wiki that seems to be run by skeptics that try to debunk and expose conspiracy theories and things like this. And I wasn't really aware of it until someone a while ago sent me some messages about, oh my God, you have to see, they have an article on Hyperianism. They're exposing Hyperianism. And what I want to do is take a look at this with you, because yes, they claim to expose me and Hyperianism, but oh my God, it's so stupid. It's ridiculous. So we're going to go through it. We're going to read it. We're going to go point by point and take a look at me exposed. Oh, that sounds erotic. Future video. All right, here it is. Hyperianism. I'm excited, aren't you? Let's see. Hyperianism is a crazy new age belief system. Now, first of all, no, we're not. I make so many videos about how we're against new age spirituality. We're against faith and mysticism. And you can just go to my channel, take a look at all the videos. One of them's called The 5 Spiritual Lies You've Been Told. We are against new age spirituality. Okay, let's see. That was just not even the first sentence, but let's keep going. Hyperianism is a crazy new age belief system created by some person, that's me, who goes by the name Morgue. Really. They put really in parentheses. I'm sorry to whoever wrote this, Bob, Sally, or Karen, if having an interesting name is just mind-blowing to you. We're all about destroying norms and being very self-actualized and expressed individuals. So yeah, guess what? That includes being able to choose a name, being able to create yourself. So sorry if that just blows the mind of the dull gray masses, but we are here to shine. So right away, apparently to this person, because I have an interesting name that's degrading to my credibility. Let's continue. So, goes by the name Morgue, who claimed to have come into contact with secret societies that revealed the means to bring timeless knowledge to the public so that the world can reach the next step of evolution and become whole. If that seems hopelessly vague to you, that's because it definitely is. If the concept of the next step of evolution strikes you at nonsense, I think they meant as nonsense, under the context of the theory of evolution and natural selection, that is because it is absolute nonsense under the context of the theory of evolution and natural selection. Nice writing, by the way. Lots of repetition there. Morgue argues that material reality is a myth and that we all exist in a shared dream in which one can manipulate and control with some seeming godlike abilities that Hyperians share. Hyperianism gives all the major red flags that it is an attempt to establish a cult. All right, let's take a... Oh my God, so much to say here. So there's so much wrong with this, it's hard to know where to begin, but let's see. So when it comes to the secret society thing, look, on my channel, we talk about Rosicrucianism, Gnosticism, Hermeticism, the Pythagorean Illuminati. We read material from, all these different sources. And look, that's totally up to you if you want to believe. I don't care if you are interested in secret societies or not, or where this information arises in history. None of that really matters, right? It doesn't matter if it's coming from a secret society or an old man or a teenager or an alien reptile or an angel. Who cares, right? Just look at the information itself. None of that, you can choose to believe these things or not. Doesn't matter when it comes to the actual information. And then, yes, we do say that you can reach the next step of evolution. This is teleological evolution. It is compatible with evolution. The only difference is it's evolution with a goal. There is a direction to it. Instead of it just being completely random, it's evolution towards the maximization of power. So we are 100% compatible with evolution, but not random evolution, teleological evolution. Now, them talking about saying that material reality is a myth, that's their word for it, sort of a strange choice of words, but yes, material reality is an illusion in that it's not made up of dead, lifeless matter. It is a Fourier transform of mind. This is the position in philosophy known as idealism, and it's been championed by some of the greatest minds throughout history, including Hegel and Leibniz, who was the inventor, one of the inventors of calculus. So this is not some, crazy stance. This is a stance that has, like I said, been championed by some of the greatest minds throughout history, and which the discoveries of quantum mechanics points to by showing that all of reality is based on waves. And then finally, about us being able to shape this world. Yes, we can shape this world. It doesn't mean that we're going to be able to levitate, rocks with our mind and shoot laser beams out of our eyes, which it seems like this person is kind of trying to say. No, look, when we have a collective will, we can come together and work together to create a better world. Of course we can. This world is a manifestation of our thoughts, meaning that everything originates as an idea. If I want to build a chair, first I have to have the idea of a chair in my mind and then go out and do it. Everything that's occurring in the world right now is shaped by the ideas held in individuals' minds. The whole idea is that we can change this world by all getting on the same page and collectively channeling our will together to create a better society. Not by flying around like Superman and making things levitate, which it seems like this person is trying to say. This is just a huge straw man fallacy. They don't know what Hyperianism is about at all, and making wild claims here. But let's keep going. Morgue, the grand poobah of Hyperianism. Morgue is a shock artist who performed at the Venice Beach Freak Show in Southern California before it closed in 2017 and formerly starred on the AMC reality show Freak Show. According to a fan site about the show, Morgue was born in Montana and was homeschooled and grew up in relatively isolated circumstances. After his parents divorced when he was a teenager, Morgue joined his father in Orange County, California, where he joined the Venice Beach Freak Show run by Todd Ray. So clearly they got this information just by Googling my name and looking up the first bio that they found. But, yes, that's me. Hello, nice to meet you. Let's continue. Forces of shadow and light. Hyperianism claims if you are unhappy, it is because you are fractured and not whole. And the means to become whole is to understand the forces of shadow and light that exist within you. The forces are apparently actually just one force known as the force of life, or something. And to deny either aspect of this force will make you depressed, or some shit. That's what they said. Once again, if this sounds like nonsense to you, that's because it is. Well, they clearly don't know what they're talking about. I mean, how more obvious can it get? Look at what they're writing. Known as the force of life, or something. And to deny this aspect will make you depressed, or some shit. Obviously, they don't understand Hyperianism. You can tell they're practically admitting it in this article by their choice of words that they don't know what Hyperianism is. Do you see how crazy this is? They are admitting through their choices of words that they don't know what Hyperianism is at all. Yet they're saying that they're in the position to debunk it or call it out or point out its errors, its apparent errors. You have to know about the subject that you're talking about in order to give a critique of it. And clearly, as admitted by the writing style, the force of life or something, and that will make you depressed or some shit. Do you see how really just bad this is? This concept of the force of life leads to another idea known as the shadow self, the part of oneself that one keeps tucked away to meet the demands and pressures of society. You can think of this shadow self as the repressed or authentic self. The concept of the shadow self isn't entirely original, as Carl Jung used the exact same name and description to define one of the aspects of the unconscious mind. Yeah, no shit. Nowhere have we ever claimed that the idea of the shadow self is original. This is psychology. And yes, your shadow self is made up of your repressed psychological contents, the parts of you that were repressed as you were growing up because society told you that they were unacceptable. This is an idea by Carl Jung and is incredibly powerful. In our system, we talk about integrating the shadow self, the mirror self, and the power self, which is incredibly important to having a well-integrated psyche. This is psychoanalysis. It's nothing crazy. It's psychology. Hyperianism uses this aspect of the shadow self to get into letting loose on your weird or kinky side, and of course other debauched and hedonistic aspects of oneself, as if the red flags for a cult weren't already waving vigorously enough. So this world puts a huge stigma on sexuality. It makes you feel bad. It makes people ashamed of being who they are and expressing themselves in any manner, be that sexually or otherwise. And yeah, so in Hyperianism, we say that you should express your sexuality and be free to explore these things, because that's how you become more healthy and find out about yourself, as long as everything is consensual and safe, of course. But if you don't, this gets repressed into your shadow self and can lead to a huge amount of problems, including addiction and violent outbursts. Many issues can come from repressing content into your shadow self. So yeah, this world needs sexual freedom. This world needs sexual liberation. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, should be common sense. Look at all these awful religions that tell you that sexuality is dirty and sinful. Well, guess what? How's that been working out? Not so good. All the atrocities committed by the church are, a test for that. So yes, you should be free to be able to explore yourself, your world, your sexuality, and not feel ashamed to do so. I know, radical idea, right? I don't know why this person writing this article seems to have a problem with it. Perhaps they need to be laid. They seem a little uptight. That could help relieve some tension, perhaps. So just to reiterate, we are 100% for you being able to express yourself, however that may be, including sexually. As long as, of course, everyone is being safe and consensual and you're not harming yourself or the collective, be free to explore yourself, each other, and the world. All right. Rejection of materialism. What shouldn't be surprising for the topic of this article is that Hyperianism rejects scientism and their belief that reality is in fact material. The argument they provide to refute materialism? Why, a bad understanding of quantum mechanics, of course, coupled with some New Age-styled Cartesian dualism and monads. Wait, seriously? Hyperians don't believe reality to be material, they believe it to be made up of mathematical frequency patterns, something that is somewhat vaguely correct and not even wrong. How does that contradict or refute materialism? It doesn't, though what it means for reality is quite the head-scratcher. Alright, this is so stupid. They say coupled with some New Age-styled Cartesian dualism. We are against Cartesian dualism. Dualism is false. So basically what dualism says is that there is mind and that there is also matter. This is a fallacious position because it has what's known as the interaction problem. If mind and matter are two separate substances, then there's no means for which that they may interact. We are an idealist system, not a dualist system. An idealist system says that all is ultimately mind, and we defined mind as being mathematical frequency. So this is a mathematical reality, a mental reality. And how does mind manifest as matter? Through an ontological Fourier transform. A Fourier transform is a mathematical operation that transforms frequency information into space and or time information. So we can take frequency information and transform it into a space-time representation via a Fourier transform. This is not a Cartesian dualism. This is a mathematical idealism, saying that all of reality is mind based on mathematical frequency and can be transformed via a mathematical operation known as a Fourier transform, frequency information into a space-time representation. Whoever wrote this article, Karen, apparently, has absolutely no idea what Hyperianism is or what quantum mechanics is. Hyperianism can show that this is a reality, a mathematical reality based on frequency, and this is perfectly compatible with what we see in quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics has destroyed absolutely the classical conception of matter. The classical conception of matter is impossible. So today's scientific materialists are 100% baffled by the discoveries of quantum mechanics like wave-particle duality and entanglement. They have no idea how this could possibly work and still be compatible with materialism. Well, it's because it's not compatible with materialism. All these things are easily explained once we replace matter with mathematical mind. You see, wave-particle duality is easily shown to be a particle following its wave trajectory. In other words, it's a particle following its mental inner programming, its inner mental mathematical properties. And as well, quantum entanglement is easily understood when you know that this is a non-local reality. What does that mean? It means that ultimately distance is an illusion, just like a dream. This is all happening in the mind. So when you're in a dream world, it seems like there's distance, but there really isn't. Same thing with the objective world. It's all taking place within mind. Distance is ultimately an illusion, and at the heart of everything is the source singularity of mind, the frequency domain, and everything is instantaneously connected and doesn't require traveling from point A to B. This is how instantaneous action at a distance is possible. Anyway, all these things that I've mentioned are explained in detail in other videos on my channel and in my written work as well. So looking at what this person wrote, it's clear that they don't understand Hyperianism. I mean, they basically said that they don't get it in their article. So if you don't understand it, how can you write about it? It's ridiculous. Now, I'm looking at what they wrote, and to me, it's pretty obvious that the only thing that they've done is watched a couple of my videos and read our free pamphlet. So this is about, what is this? This is like 20 pages long. It's a free, pamphlet on Hyperianism. So basically they read this and watched a couple of my videos and then thought that they could write a refutation of it, which is absolutely crazy. Can you imagine if you were trying to, let's say, refute materialism like we do, but you only read 20 pages about it? So this is a very poorly written article. This person clearly doesn't know anything about Hyperianism or quantum mechanics for that matter. And if they did, they would know that we are 100% against faith and mysticism and belief, and that we are for logic, reason, and mathematics. So this was a joke of an article. Rational Wiki should be called Irrational Wiki. I mean, clearly they're just empirical skeptics that are very bad at researching and writing things. So there you have it. I debunked the debunkers. So don't worry. No, we're not debunked. I think we're pretty good here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the shit. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this. If you love me, if you hate me, I don't care. Tell me right now. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.